Good morning everyone, welcome back to Abstract Detailing. Fiesta over there. There's a fiesta in our bay. It's a fiesta week here at Abstract. What we're doing today, we've got the guys just in there finishing off a valet on a customer's fiesta. We have Cher there taking control, training Adam. He's in there, he's our new member of staff, as some of you may have seen on the page. What we are going to be doing in this video is going through Cher's fiesta. We've got a little bit of time in the diary, so we thought what better way to spend it than working on one of our own cars for a change. We're going to go through the full wash and decon process on her, or him, misgendering the car, we'll get wrong off Cher. So wash, decon, unfortunately it's been recently living under a tree, so we'll be cleaning all of this up, getting rid of all of the etchings that will be present there. Dealing with some ABS plastic that we've got there, so a little bit of a different polishing technique we use on that. There is a little bit of swirling and damage in it, but not much. We'll show you that once it's in the bay. So join us as we transform Cher's Fiesta into a shiny little baby. Initial hit with citrus and rinse, get the thick of the grime off. We're going to go back in with some more citrus, do a little bit of agitation and then foam it and really give it a good scrub. Right then, so whilst the snow foam's dwelling, it's KKD Blizzard Force for those interested. A question that came up off the last video via direct message was, why do we rinse the snow foam bottom to top? A lot of people go top to bottom and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, but everything we do at Abstract has a reason why. Now with the foaming, for me, especially on a white car, if you're rinsing top to bottom, that is naturally going to flow all the stream of water, the remnants of your foam, down the vehicle, thus meaning it's going to rinse your bottom as you go. Now, if we look at the car here, it's a silver car, so it does have similar elements, but if we start on the bottom and rinse all the way up, we're not flushing this off the car as we're going. So we can see every part of the car that has been done. Of course, once we have rinsed the top of the vehicle, we then flush the rest of the car, so anything that is coming off from the top is rinsed down to the bottom. Now I know it might seem like an extra step or take a little bit longer, but it's how we prefer to be a little bit more thorough with our wash, to make sure that we don't leave a little bit, because there's always that risk of, if you miss a little bit, that little bit that you miss is going to get picked up by your wash pad and then dragged across the surface of your car, putting more damage in. And if you've gone to the process like what we're doing on the Fiesta now, of washing it, polishing it and ceramic coating it, the last thing you want to do is put damage into your freshly polished paint. So that's the short answer in a way to that question. Thank you for those who did message about it. You know, any questions you have on anything we do here, feel free to ask. We might not be able to answer them all the time, but we'll always try and reference it and answer your questions where we can. I'm now going to agitate all the tight work that you'll have seen in the stills where there's moss and dirt growing, whilst Blizzard Force is doing its thing. So let's get around the car and get back to it so we can get it in the bay before it gets wet out here. As you can see, the car is now in the bay, or the first bay of the shoot. This is where wet work is finished up. So the bonnet's open again, we're going to blow that dry. Going to continue on, obviously dry the rest of the vehicle and blow out all of tight crevices and things like that. Once it is then pulled into the proper bay, shall we say, we will move on to an initial sort of paint inspection and then dialing in some cutting process, because we're going to be training Adam today and tomorrow on machine polishing and how we operate to progress his training with us, so that hopefully we can get Adam from out there into here with us and continue on the growth of the business that way. That's enough on that though. Now we're going to give it a quick dry, do the inspections and start the polishing. Right, so as I mentioned earlier on, we have a new member of the team. You'll have seen the posts on Facebook. If you haven't, we'll pop a link down below to our Facebook page. Adam is joining the team with us. He's been going through various degrees of training from our safe wash and decomp process through the interiors. Today's the perfect day. We've got one of our own cars in. We're going to further his training now to learn him the art of machine polishing, how we do it, and go on to coatings. Very confident already. He's had a machine in his hand before. He's just going to learn the refining and how we do things. So this is Adam.
Nice to meet you all.
You'll be seeing more of him on all of our socials and in the shop if you do pop down. He's friendly enough. Don't be too put off by. Adam's just checking something at the what then? You know, he is approachable. He's a good bear, really. Heart of gold. You'll be seeing more of him though. But we're going to get on and continue his training now on paint depth readings.
As it says on there.
Yeah. So you'll know. Make sure it always has a number on the bottom of the screen then.
From here or from here?
With the hatchbacks that have got arches like that, always around that area, because that's where you'll possibly get burned through.
Right.
A corner.
Yeah.
And always make sure you're getting it completely flat to the surface, because if you don't, it'll...
Incorrect reading.
Yeah, it'll either overcompensate or under. So Adam has done the paint inspection, he's done the paint depth readings, we've discussed that with him over what they mean, what it can mean and the areas it could be a concern. Being a silver car, it's a nightmare to try and highlight the damage in it. There's not a lot of damage, it's mainly light swirling and a few little abrasions. We'll try and show what's there as we go, but I'll be honest, I'm not holding out much faith of it shown on camera fully. But just imagine your car at home, silver, with a little bit of swirling, and that's essentially what we've got. There's a couple of areas that's going to need a bit more cutting and refining, like the bonnet and the roof. I'm going to be on those. Adam is going to be getting to grips with our process. He's going to be doing the edge work, so he's going to be dialing in the corners and the edges of panels with a 3-inch machine. He'll then be going on to the 5-inch at some point to do, obviously, the main meaty bits of it. Cher's going to be working down the passenger side, and I'm going to be on with the force drive machine doing the cutting. Well, day one is drawn in to a close. The bonnet is all done. The driver's wing there is all done. Adam is getting the grips quite nice with polishing work there. We've just got him cutting that leading edge. He's already done this wing, already looking a million times better. We've had to up the level of cut for the roof because it is particularly bad. The bonnet is all done, we'll show you better photos and videos when that is finally wiped down. The back door is looking pretty sharp. Cher's done a fantastic job there as ever. Cher is just hiding at the back of the car now. She's dealing with the tight work on the boot and that little lip. If I remember it, tomorrow when we polish that lip, I will do a video on that because I deal with that sort of material a little different. See if this will pick up any of the damage on the roof. It's an absolute nightmare to try and get anything showing on the camera. You can just see little nicks and bits and pieces as we go. So just around here you can see the swirling. That's all going to be gone. We've probably got another half hour, 40 minutes or so of today remaining. The aim will be to get all that edge or that part of the roof all done. Don't know where I'm going to head down next because obviously all of the machines are in use. But on we go. Morning everyone, day 2 on the Fiesta. You can hear the heater going in the background. It's a little bit chilly this morning, not as bad as Wilmington. Ronnie's clear though, so we're thankful for that. There's no snow. We're going to finish up the roof section there this morning, finish up a little bit on the driver's side and the passenger side and get it ready for coating. Adam is just hiding over there, having his morning beverage of orange juice, getting ready to go. We're essentially set up down here ready to go on the roof, so let's get to it. Midday update on day 2. We're nearly ready to coat the car. We've stopped because we have had the guys from My Car Cleaning. Lewis is here with the van. He's delivering all of the goodies for us. If you don't know, guys, we're based in the northeast. My Car Cleaning are there. So if you are another detailer, get in touch, get an account set up. The van is on the road often to give you your supplies. And that is one well-stocked van. If what you want isn't on the van, give them a shout and they'll make sure it's on for you when they come. But Lewis has kindly made the journey down today for us to get the supply to finish Cher's car off, which is hiding in the darkness in there. You excited, Adam?
Over the moon.
Polishing's nearly complete. A few little bits left to tidy up. But as you can see, the car is now floating. Cher's on just tidying up the bottom edges of the bumper, ready to do the main section with a 3-inch. Adam is just doing the pillar. I'm going to finish the spoiler up and a few little areas of refinement, and then we'll find out what coating Cher wants to put on our car. So the polishing's almost done on here now. Adam's just checking something at the... What the heck?
Welcome to car road detailing.
Polish like an Egyptian. One of the bits I did mention how I polish differently is the black lip. When Cher's finished with the nano polisher, I will be cracking on with that, and I'll show you how exactly I deal with these, because we're not sure the finish it has or how strong it is, so I don't want to be too aggressive with it, so I always treat these a little different to gauge what we're doing, and I'll show you that in just a minute. So this section here, as you can see, quite heavily pitted, and it's very etched, feels very abrasive despite being clay-barred. You can see there's not a great deal of swirling and damage in it. However, the way I attack these, little pot, into there we're going to put some medium cut polish, and we're going to add in some good old fashioned H2O water into that, so that we can get our right concentration. 2 to 1 normally, so 2 parts of this, 1 part of water. That will then go into a medium pad, and we will then polish this. Let's get on with it. As you can see, it is a little bit gloopy. That is exactly what I want. It's a little bit unusual. It's a little bit different. It's just the water is adding extra lubrication, even though it will burn off with the heat. Make sure the whole pad is covered nigh enough. So with this, you can see the pad is staying reasonably clean because the water is aiding in that. as well as providing the lubrication. We'll just grab a towel and we'll see what's come off. A little spray of some panel wipe. So if you look here where there's grubby marks all the way along, we've got a nice flawless finish, and that heavy contamination is gone. It's all nice and smooth, and the finish we want has been achieved. Last little bit of polishing, tidy up a little bit of an edge around the door handle. Adam's just finishing that up and finishing his training today on polishing. Carl will be getting a full wipe down in an appropriate panel wipe. And then when it comes to coatings, these are the options that we have picked out. CQ UK, Can Coat, Synergy 3, C1 Crystal Lacquer, and Gyeon Synchro. Cher's going to be blindfolded. Bit of fun there, and she is going to blind pick a coating. She doesn't know where they're positioned or anything, so she's just going to literally be guided here, get her hands on one, and that is what is going to be applied. Place your bets now as to what it's going to be. There'll be a link to this possibly on our spicy website. You will see the outtakes there. Cher is now blindfolded. Coatings are in place. Let's see which one she picks.
Stop.
Right, no feeling around.
No feeling?
No feeling.
Aww.
First box is what is going on the car.
This one.
Ooh, that one. Blindfold off. Let's see what you've got. Happy enough with that one?
Yes, I'm buzzing. Yes.
Why are you happy?
I've used this a lot of times and it's beautiful to work with, and it holds up to the harsh environments that my car's going to be unfortunately seeing.
So for those that don't know, Gyeon Synchro, it is a kit and a multi-layer kit. Consists of Gyeon Moors as the base. We'll be putting 2 coats of that down. Then it is topped with skin. That is the harder, or not necessarily harder, but the more hydrophobic top coat that will be adorning the Fiesta. So we'll give it a final wipe down, final inspections, and then we will get it coated. Coating time. First layer of Moors going down. Nice and easy.
Detailer problems.
Cheers. course, at the end of day 2, as you can see, the car is now floating. The wheels have been taken off there now with one of our tyre suppliers getting new valves fitted, because usual Ford TPMS valves, they all leak in air. Adam's training has gone through obviously the full wash process, the decon, the machine polishing, and he's touched on a little bit of coating today. How have you found that, Adam?
Learned a lot. It's been very eye-opening.
Different experience?
Yeah, obviously I've used polishers before, but never to this extreme, so it's nice to learn, obviously, the ways and means of doing it properly.
Yeah. What about coating? Obviously, first time you've coated
Easier than I thought it. Easier than I thought it was.
Yeah. Just your...
Sounds very...
It's more time critical, isn't it?
Very time critical. Got to keep an eye on what you're doing.
Yeah.
But all in all, very good.
Come back tomorrow, day 3, finally wrapping up the car. With that will be the top layer of coating. Skin will be going onto the car. Wheels will be going back on and all the usual little finishing touches. Can't wait to show you the car finished. See you in the morning. As you can probably hear in the background, hoovering is on the go. Adam is just on finishing up a valet on a customer Collins Vauxhall Mocha. The Fiesta is still up in the air. That's because I've got to go outside in the grim rain just to give the wheels a good thorough deep clean. Then they'll be going back on the car and it'll be going back onto the ground. Nearly time to wrap her up. Sorry.
What are you doing?
Swapping some tired old battered nuts out. Some shiny ones.
Nice.
Time for the sacrificial top coat. Gyeon cure. Just allows the car to be out in the elements for the next 7 days whilst the coating's fully curing. Once that's done, time for some finished B-roll.